Welcome, Ultimate Hoops. I'm Chad Vanderpool. I'm here with this Around the Region recap of what's happening in Ultimate Hoops in Chicago here. This week, we'll start over at Bloomingdale. We had a very close, down-to-the-wire game between Unlimited Edition and the Money Team, both coming into the game very hot. Unlimited Edition, I believe, had one loss, but Money Team was undefeated. And after this week, Money Team now has one loss. Money Team is a very talented team led by the Flemings and Marcus Lewis and a number of other very talented guys, but Unlimited Edition in the end is the more experienced team, and it showed at the end. But all in all, they're still both looking up at Dem Boys. Dem Boys now 6-0 with 2 games left for them in the regular season. They've beaten the reigning champs, but they have not played the Money Team or Unlimited Edition. So we're going to see what shakes out with them in the next couple weeks and see if they really are the team to beat right now. And so also there's that what she said. That's what she said. Is very quietly retooled their roster and maybe put together even the most talented roster they've had yet, despite being a 2-time champion. They're big. They have a lot of athleticism. They're a very skilled team, so they're one to watch out coming down the stretch. And also they have 4-time MVP Brian Evans on their team leading, so you can never count them out. He's always going to show good leadership for them. So, but Brian Evans may not be this season's MVP. We have a few other ones that are knocking on the door to give him a run for his money. We got Jarek Fats Moore trailing just behind him in the PPR this season, and who knows, he could come down the stretch and steal it from Brian. There's also Ryan Kruger, who's having a very good season, being back from college and trying to help them boys get a championship. So we'll see what shakes up there. And then also, big milestone happened this week at Bloomingdale. We got Dan Silver eclipsing the 5,000 point mark to be the first person in Chicago to do so. He's only a few points shy of the top 10 all time in the country. So congratulations to Dan Silver on that. And we'll keep adding to his total, and we'll probably be doing this again when he reaches 6,000 shortly. So congratulations to Dan. All right, let's roll it over to Schaumburg here. We have the reigning champs, Watch the Throne. They're the champs, but they're looking up to Post Traumatic right now. Post Traumatic is 5-0. They got Mr. 118 leading the show. He's averaging a triple-double this season. So he's kind of your clear-cut favorite to win MVP as long as Post Traumatic keeps winning. But John Shadipo's also in the conversation, and his Mike DeNuno's teammate Nick Cordero's right there behind him as well. So if you have 2 of the top 3 in the PPR on your team, you're in a good position. Your team's probably winning a lot of games, which they are. They have not lost this season. But they also play Watch the Throne this week, so that's going to be their game of the night come Monday. See what happens there and see if Watch the Throne really shows that they're the team to still beat. They are without Bobby Rhodes, which is a big loss for them, but they also added Fred Taylor this season, who is, former MVP. They still have Mike McGahee. They have Fats Moore, who's, doing really well at Bloomingdale. He's doing just as well over at Schaumburg. So they could really turn some heads there and show that they're still the team to beat. And then you got the Bulls, who are coming off a really tough loss last week. They blew a huge lead to Boot Gang. Boot Gang, maybe they're finding their rhythm a little bit with Johnny Ribel back in the mix in Ultimate Hoops, who has had some pretty good basketball career outside Ultimate Hoops. So he's bringing that back to the court and showing that what kind of difference maker he is in this league. So maybe Boot Gang will emerge in these coming weeks if they quit beating the cupcakes like We Are Legend. So, and then you got Unlimited Edition. Unlimited Edition, they got John Shadipo this season, but they're without Mark Holmes, they're without Willie Clark Sr., and they haven't really put the full roster on the court yet this season to show that what they're capable of doing. So we'll have to see how they kind of turn down the stretch. I mean, Willie Clark he is proven winner in this league, and he can lead teams to a lot of things. But it all comes down to how well they all play together, and they have a lot to show still. Then, up at Algonquin, way out there in the boonies, we got 5 guys with a huge pickup this week. They picked up Pat Armstrong, which bolsters their outside shooting ability big time, adds another big threat to their offense, and could really give them the needed firepower they need to compete against a team like Team Diesel. Team Diesel is running the league right now. They are the team to beat. David Wilson is still out there putting on stellar performances and showing that he is UH newcomer of the season. And then you got the Vanilla Gorillas. The Vanilla Gorillas, we're still waiting for them to show their muscle. Whether showing their muscle is enough, we'll have to see. Zach Boster's trying to do some big things with that team. We'll see what happens there. But as for right now, Team Diesel is the one to beat, and they are looking like the champs. But 5 guys are the reigning champs, so you have to beat the reigning champs to be the champs, right? And then shifting it down to Warrenville. Warrenville opened up this week. We got Boom Squad trying to come back and avenge their defeat to, well, they lost last season. They're trying to get back to the title again. They lost a guy, a very talented player in Javon Griffin, but that also could open doors for Mike Avalon to step up and finally grab that MVP season he's been looking for. And then you got No Size Light, who they're a veteran squad. They are gritty. They stay in the games. They play well together, but they're also without former MVP Jason Hayes, who had finger surgery this season. So if they get him back, we'll see if that improves their chances. Jason is still acting as GM, and he could add someone very talented in place of him. We'll see come week 2. Then you got the Avengers of Jamie Blair's team. They're still trying to form their roster, complete it. They got Marcus Williams and Jamie kind of leading the show. So the case has not been determined for their team yet. And then you got Elston Winston, interim coordinator, taking over for Chance Weisensell this season and trying to put No One Wants Us back into contention after losing in the title game last season with the help of Mike Rose. And Mike Rose is no longer there, which is a huge loss. But if Chance Weisensell is still lurking out there and still might show up to still play, that could be a game changer for their team. And they have a few other pieces they added to the roster that could make them competitive and make them the team to give Boom Squad a run for their money. So there it is, Ultimate Hoops. That's the recap here in Chicago. Tune in next week to see what shakes up for this coming week.